Hello.
Are we back?
I think we're back.
It's so. I know you said you weren't gonna have the thing, but it's still like
It's not the same,
I feel
is
like
it?
it needs to have like 3, 2, 1.
It isn't the same, that is for sure. I'll dive in here in a minute, but let me just make sure everything is going well, or somewhat well.
Did anybody come back that can confirm that we're doing all right?
Think everything looks okay over here. Still not getting the right bit rate, but that's still not the right frame rate.
I can't actually see what you're looking at. Where do you see the frames down there?
Frames down here is at 28. It should be at 60.
Oh, I can't see that far away. I need my spectacles on.
All right, I'm... Okay, Facebook says it's on and healthy. We're at 58 frames a second, which is still not 60. Hello? Are we back? Hello?
John's here. John, is this one working? Oh, he commented, hey.
Hey!
It must mean we're finally working.
All right, I'm refreshing Daryl's page here so I can get on Facebook. Yeah, we're green right away now. All right, everybody. Hi. Daryl, say something, please.
Oh, yes, but I can't chat as always, John says. Oh, yeah, it's not popping up over here with John. Hi, Anthony. Hey, Ray. Having some technical difficulties, but we have returned. Elizabeth. Oh, here, quick.
Yes, please. All right, I'm just letting everyone know the chat in the middle is going to be disappearing. And I don't know where we're going to be streaming from this point forward.
Hello, Andrew.
I'm going to have to figure some things out. Last night when we got off of the stream, I tested this 16 times with all different formats of video up front, because I think it's the video in the very front that's making a mess of this. Today, I just went to a picture with music underneath, and it still obviously didn't work. But when I go without restream directly to YouTube, zero problems with video, with anything. So restream has changed something on their end. I'll email them today, but usually I don't get much back from them.
John is asking if YouTube is up here, and then Kurt just messaged me and said YouTube is down.
No, YouTube should be up.
But I told him that we just restarted, so he said okay.
Yeah, YouTube should be working, everyone. So if you prefer to be over there, it's green right now.
Nice cut, Corey.
Oh, I trimmed my hair because I trimmed the sides.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
I still have not cut mine.
It's looking a little shaggy-daggedy. I had such high hopes.
Well, I did too. I love this little chat right here. And now, all of a sudden...
Well, okay, the alternative is we just don't have an intro for a while until we figure out what it is, because I seem to think that's what's messing everything up. Although we did it for 80 episodes with no problems at all.
Well, here's what we'll do. We'll just get a little tape player, and we'll hit the button to play the intro music, and we'll just hold it out and play the intro music. And then when it goes off, you can be like, oh, it's June 22nd. It's the Corey and Daryl show.
Well, what I might try to do tomorrow is I might put the intro on the iPad and just play it from the iPad instead of through the streaming software. And we'll see if that changes anything. I mean, gosh, I tried 100 different things yesterday and I had it working well.
Oh, who did you meet today, Rodney?
Who?
Flora.
Well, Flora used to be, she used to work at San Diego State University. Now she works in my position at USD. We never knew each other before USD, before she got there. But yeah.
Flora.
We're on similar paths, Flora and I. I'm glad to hear she's still there.
Kurt,
I don't know what's going on with all this COVID stuff.
John, Kurt, I think, is going to YouTube to watch. He had to reboot it, so maybe the one that he was on went down, and then I don't know how that works.
She's very nice. I haven't talked to her much, but the very few times I did, I really enjoyed chatting with her. She seemed like a good fit to replace me there. I put some beers in the freezer so they were nice and cold for today.
The exterior is cold.
They were in the freezer for a half hour.
We always get them out a little bit too early, though.
10 minutes.
We always
too
get
early.
We always get over eager. Hello, Kathleen. Kaya. Hello, Kaya.
Hello, Kaya.
I probably shouldn't be drinking this beer because I had wicked heartburn last night.
So I think yeah, YouTube says it's offline, but it says online here. Oh, dude. Hold on the YouTube thing, people.
Let me message Kurt and tell him.
Oh, I know why. Hold on. Let me change something. Okay. Try it again. Okay, YouTube is showing me green. It is showing online. Let me know.
Kurt's going to check right now.
Yeah, I don't even know what to say to Restream at this point.
I mean,
they just blame me, and I'm fairly confident I'm not doing anything wrong.
Yeah, I feel like
it was working so well for so long.
Right?
We haven't changed anything.
I mean, did they say anything when the chat wasn't working? What was their excuse for that part? Like,
they said that basically you must be having a problem with YouTube. Go to YouTube and check it out. No information about what could be wrong, how it could be wrong. So I go check on YouTube and everything looks fine. So I had to do some digging myself, and it was the fact that I had to go delete YouTube from Restream and re-add it, and it worked fine. But they could have told me that.
John just messaged, he said, so nothing on YouTube.
I see it there.
Did you block John again, Corey?
No.
I worked today, everybody.
I see it there, John. I don't know. Please check in again in a minute and let me know. And how was work today?
It was good. You know, it was invoicing and stuff. Oh, there's Ross.
Hey, Ross.
We were having some technical difficulties, like more massive than the past few days. So Kurt must be able to be getting on there now too.
Well, that's wonderful news, Ross. Thanks for sharing.
Yay!
I got some emails to write after this. Figure out where I should be spending my money. Although I'm
Yeah.
not spending any money
Oh,
right now.
I was
It's
going to
free.
say, is this the one that you paid money on?
So maybe that's the problem.
So wasn't the first one we were going to do,
Caster is not free.
but weren't they going to add the chat? Or were they
They're
not?
working on adding it, but they haven't added it yet.
Hmm.
So what I think is happening is YouTube is changing the way that live streaming is working with them.
Because 7,000 people are doing it right
They've changed their classic page to their new style of page, and they're in the process of converting. I keep getting a pop-up that says, this page will not be here after this date. And I can't remember the date. So I have a feeling the coding is changing, which isn't necessarily Restream's fault. But I think right now everyone's playing like catch up with YouTube to try to make it work. So
now. There's John.
I'll just rely that you all will keep up with us no matter what problems we're having till we figure out what's going on. Thank you. I didn't do anything today but watch the Apple WWDC conference keynote.
Now, I had a friend comment on their page saying that it was underwhelming
Oh, I thought it was
and they didn't learn anything.
fantastic.
Is that a falsity?
Well, if they went to learn something, they should have just wanted to learn what the new offerings are going to be from Apple and what direction they're headed. Now, WWDC is also a developers conference, and they have a whole app dedicated to like learning things about development with Apple. So maybe that's what they're talking about.
Maybe.
But this is also the first year that they've been restricted to doing it online. So if they have gone to the WWDC live in the past and been there, this might be different for them.
Get to see the turtleneck in person.
Well, that's
Wait.
Steve Jobs. He's not with us anymore.
I was going to say, wait, he's not with us anymore, right?
But no, there were some exciting things.
Oh, thank you, Elizabeth.
Yay! The new operating system that's going to replace. Why can't I remember the name of it right now? Catalina is going to be Big Sur, which is kind of exciting. It's iOS, macOS 14.
Or wasn't one like Yosemite recently or something?
That was a long time. It was like 6 years ago.
Oh, that one just stuck in my head because I love Yosemite.
Well, they went through all the
There's
parts.
Kurt.
And basically the Mac OS is turning into kind of like iOS. So they've rewritten the entire software to reflect iOS. So what you have on your iPad, what you have on your iPhone, and converting all their professional apps over to that as well. But then on top of that, Big Sur is going to run iOS apps. So I'm gathering that Mac OS is going to also be able to run on iPads as well, which means Final Cut might be on the iPad soon, which is super cool. That's amazing because right now, if you want to edit video on an iPad that's super capable, you have to use all these third-party softwares that you can't put back on the Mac and like in Final Cut. So that's really cool. A couple other things. The new Apple Silicon chip, the ARM based chip that is in the phones and the iPads is coming to the Macs, which we kind of already knew.
Hey, Adriana.
But by the end of the year, they're going to have an iMac or a computer out with that chip in it. And then lots of cool things about iOS 14 for your phone. And so I learned a lot. I thought it was exciting. Yes, and apparently, John, they're working right now with Adobe and Microsoft. This was a big part of the keynote because last time in 2006, there was a lot of slow adoption and they kind of kept it all a secret and then put it out. Seems like they've shared with their partners. So Lightroom is already working. Photoshop's already working. They mentioned a couple more. It wasn't Premiere though. So they're already ahead of the game. Hi, Mom.
Hey, Pat. That sounds very exciting.
It will be exciting. You know how on your phone you keep all your apps off of your, like, in one folder?
Yes.
Like you delete everything?
Yes.
So now you'll be able to put widgets on your home screen that you can get your pertinent information, like weather, news, whatever it is, instead of apps, or in addition to, which is kind of cool. Anyway, just geek stuff. Or is it nerd?
That's geek. Yeah, that was geek talk. You know, when you said operating system, my mind automatically like went to an operating room, and I'm thinking about a new operating system. And then later you were talking about adoptions, and I thought, oh, adopting puppies would be fun.
I didn't talk about adoptions.
You did. You said, or maybe it's adapting or something. I don't know.
Okay.
I knew Lightroom when you said that. I was like, okay. But all the stuff you said in the beginning about the running.
Well, that's why I'm here, so you don't
and-
have to think about those things. I
Yes.
just sit them in front of you and
Look
say,
at this pretty
"Use
background I did today, you guys.
it."
And this pretty background. John, the only integration I do with my mobile phone is forced upon me by Corey. I mean, he has to yell at me for like 3 weeks for me to update my phone.
And he still hasn't done it.
I did. Didn't I? Is there another one?
Did you sync it?
I don't know. Wait, to what?
To the
my
computer.
No.
So you don't have photo issues in a month when you obsessively take photos
Oh,
and don't delete them.
And to my
Your watch still isn't?
my watch isn't synced either.
Your watch is still like a dangling piece. It's not hooked up yet. I'm not doing it all for you. You got to figure out how to do this stuff.
I have no music on my phone. I'm forced to listen to YouTube.
Kids do it. Little kids do it all by themselves.
You know what it is? This guy, oh, hi, James. This guy's always like, it'll be 5 minutes. 3 hours later, I still can't use my phone because something has to happen.
Because you wait so long and there's 100,000 photos that have to go across. The average person, it takes a few minutes.
I have thousands of pictures on my phone. I can't help it.
But
I'm
if
like,
you sync
take
it
pictures.
now and then you put it on your calendar to sync it again in a week, you won't have that problem. It'll literally be a couple of minutes.
But then all the pictures are on here, and you're always like, this computer's going to die any minute.
Only the ones you want to be on there. And you keep the ones on your phone that you want to
Like
keep
that are the
on your
most
phone.
precious to me.
You build an album and say, all these need to stay on my phone.
Who's got time for that?
Apparently I do when I have to rescue you. Then it's my time we're dealing with and your time.
Well, I'm just trying to include you in my life. I know you like to do the technical stuff. It's just like Kurt when
Nice.
he wants to wash my car, and I'm like, hey, you want me to do car stuff? Here's my car. It needs to be washed. I'm participating. I'm giving you my technology to play with. Clouds,
he can't
clouds are them things up in the sky, right?
John, he can't afford the cloud for as he would want it to be used.
Because of my pictures? Like my phone that I finally had to, before Corey forced me to get this one.
He's got 3
I had
phones right now with
18,000
pictures
pictures on
them.
it. Like that's not even like a guesstimation. It's like 18,950 something pictures.
And instead of syncing them all to a device and having I have half of it done, but I got sick of being the one to do it, so I just stopped.
Well, remember we were trying to do it and it kept crashing the system.
I know, because you had a bazillion photos, and that's an old laptop too. But yes, there's a fix for it, everybody. There's a fix for it, Daryl.
I'm technologically resistant.
You just have to keep up on it.
Remember,
and do it.
I had a razor for like
That's
past the time.
Excuses aside.
I was watching True Blood and one of the girls had a razor. It was
You
the
said
same
that-
color
you
as
said
mine.
that the other
Did I
day.
say that on here?
Yes.
I was excited about it. I missed my razor.
You said that 2 days ago.
Yeah, pretty
Yep,
much.
Pretty much.
Wait, don't you have one that you took back from Pokemon?
I'm using one of them right now, so I can have another account for a
See?
game.
I got my pictures on there. He's got his Pokemon on there.
I would love to have that
God.
one too, so I can use it for gaming.
Um,
Because you're not using it aside from storage.
my phones don't really die, John, because whenever he gets a new phone, I get a new phone. It's like the pass down situation.
Or
I'm super old timey, James.
I manage the phone bill. He does the electric bill. So the phone bill and all the TV stuff. So with the electric bill as high as it is, the TV, Netflix, all the pieces of TV, the internet bill and the phone bill, you kind of balance out. So I take care of all the phone stuff, so he doesn't have to worry about getting a new phone. I just tell him when he's getting a new phone.
Yeah, if
and how much he's paying for.
If I was left to that, I would have no TV. I would have a Cricket phone probably. Yeah. Technologically challenged is quite correct, Elizabeth. I mean, if I really
You're not though.
If
You
I
just
really
don't
set
care.
my mind to it, well, if it only
Right.
took 5 minutes, like you said.
No, if you had an interest in sitting down and doing it and figuring out how it worked, you would figure it out because you're an intelligent person. But you just don't want to care about it.
It's because I know
Let's
you
tell
like
the
to.
truth,
It's
please.
because I know you like to do that stuff. I like to bring joy into your life. I know, John. That's one of my biggest fears. Is like I have, when I go to Maine, I take 75,000 pictures, and then I don't want to delete them, any of them. So like,
Now I will
it's like 3 main trips on one, 3 main trips on another.
I will absolutely be on your side with the fact that that's a very old laptop, and it does not sync very quickly. It only has USB 2.0 on it. So a new computer in the mix that would actually take in some of this information more quickly.
Couldn't we get
That would be a hopeful thing.
Couldn't we just get
we're on a budget.
a hard drive where
Can't
we
afford
just
a new computer right now.
Can we just do a hard drive where I just plug this to it?
No, they don't make it like that.
And it just
You have
puts
to
all
sync
the
it
pictures
to
on there?
iTunes or whatever music or whatever it is today.
See, and that requires passwords.
Oh, that's a whole nother thing, you guys. You really want to talk about all this?
No.
He can't remember a password to save his life.
I can too.
No, you can't.
I just have 50,000 passwords. I have
Oh.
passwords for my one job. I have passwords for my other job. I have passwords for this site and passwords for this site and passwords for
It's like
and you have to change them every 6 months. And I'm like, I always remember them. I just don't remember what the current one is sometimes.
I struggle with it too at times, but I have them all written down, so they're easy to
I'm
find.
paranoid about writing that stuff down. Like I haven't been able to log in at work.
And then he gets mad at me, and it's not fun, and then we fight, and
Shut
then
up. You're the one who always starts yelling at me. That's what we should do. We should record that.
No, nobody wants to see
No. People won't
that.
like
We
you
fight
after
on here,
that.
and then we get like shit for a week. How horrible it was to watch.
That one time Chris was like,
that was very
that
uncomfortable,
was
you
super
guys.
uncomfortable to
That was
watch.
really bad.
I know. I really do try to do that, Elizabeth, but the thing is, I just have a lot of pictures. Like,
He saves every single picture from everything. He goes on social media and grabs stuff and pulls it down into his phone.
I do that quite often too.
And he'll never use it again.
I do too.
But the thought of him letting go of it is just too stressful.
Just because, you don't know when you're going to need it. Yeah, right? That's the thing. So many password changes on all these platforms. I mean, admittingly, after the quarantine I had been in so long, I forgot my bank card PIN number, and I had to go get that reset too. That's a first. That's never happened before.
We don't have time for that show, John. It would be like a 4-part episode. And everybody would be bored because it's just the
Corey
phone
screaming at me.
It's just a phone uploading. No, it's you yelling at me. When is this gonna be done?
You told me it would be 5 minutes. It's been 43 hours now.
How many times do you need that password?
Right?
I know all your passwords at this point.
True.
Most.
All.
So I don't have to ask you.
It does make it easier.
Yeah, how often do you guys... Well, today, anymore, this phone will wirelessly sync pretty much everything to my computer. But
Hi,
they're
Janine.
But they're both newer technology, so I don't have to plug it in as much anymore. Every now and again, you got to plug it in. But
Plug it in.
For the
plug
most
it in.
part, I mean, I don't usually have all my photos or any of my photos up there anyway because I end up deleting them. Or the ones I really, really want, I'll just message to myself or airdrop to myself. But airdrop's a weird thing too. It compresses stuff. So like videos and like if I put something, if I record, like especially screen recordings on my iPad and airdrop it to my Mac, it will do a little DCHP. Is that what it's called? Like copyright.
Mm-hmm.
It'll cut the audio out because it doesn't want you to be posting it somewhere. So I have to go through a process of either emailing it to myself or putting it on a disk and then putting it on my computer so I can use it. It's so annoying.
James, you just went and grabbed some popcorn, right? And you were like,
Well, that's what I figured when we first started, like kind of having little spats on here, which was pretty immediate because, you know, we were at the beginning of quarantine.
Because you're insufferable.
We got off one day and he's like, we can't fight like that online. I'm like, what are you talking about? Like people pay to like get on and like watch people fight.
True.
But we're kind of,
I mean, it would be nice for the world to witness how right I am all the time as well.
well,
Janine, we haven't talked about it yet. I was kind of waiting.
what is it? News about
the big picture?
Oh, why don't you talk about that now? I think we're done.
Okay. We had some difficulty in the beginning, Janine, so we had to
No, what's new?
restart like 5 times today, and then we had to come down off the acceleration from being upset about it and then fixing it. And now we're fixed. And we're going to have a tape recorder and play our music to start with from now on.
Yeah, we're not doing intros anymore, everyone. Not until we figure it out. That's what's messing everything up.
People
with Restream.
People want to see you dance. Maybe you can do a little dance number in the beginning for everybody.
Well, the intro is just good because we get into place. Like, we make sure the stream looks okay, which recently it hasn't been anyway. Yeah, the intro plays a role in all of this. But we're just going to do without it. We're just going to go straight on from this point forward because I'm pretty sure that's what's messing everything up.
Which is a bummer because that was fun.
Yeah, we'll see what Restream has to say. I'll email him after this.
So everybody watching right now, do you know what happened during yesterday's show?
Just
recap. Do you know what the big picture is that Janine is talking about? I vote for dance number, right? You could sing one of your little ditties that you're always singing around the house for everybody.
Yeah, in my short shorts.
Oh dear.
Just recap because people just tuning in may not know.
So yesterday we are on doing the show and I get a message from a girl who I didn't know. She was from Texas, so I wasn't sure if I should reply or not because, you know, Facebook can be weird and spammy sometimes. So I kind of responded through the show saying, hey, if you're a real person, go onto this website and go onto YouTube, onto Corey's, and message there. So she did, and she said that her friend had a story to tell me. So
mind you, we're trying to do a show.
Yeah.
And Daryl's, like, you know, when Corey usually turns around and gets on the computer or does something, there's comments that fly.
Yeah.
He's like this.
Well, because you do it like every show.
I don't understand.
Well, I was like, I don't understand what's going on.
This is a real person. Like, I have no idea what's going on. And he's just like trying to figure something out over here. And I'm like, Daryl, are you with us? Go ahead.
So he ends up sending me a message and he basically says that when we got home tonight, there was a package addressed to my wife and we open it and it's a 3x4 picture of you or a guy that looks like you. And sure enough, it's me printed on a canvas.
Real big.
3x4. So I'm just like weirded out and thought it was the most funny thing. We did not know each other. No connection whatsoever. We're friends on Facebook now, obviously, because I'm following his post about it, and you know I posted about it last night because it's so weird. It is one of the pictures that was taken from my social media and used in the article that was out about me a little while ago.
Oh, sorry.
But
do you want to put a picture up? Do you have it?
No, do you still have it over there?
I mean, I guess I could find it on your Facebook, right?
Yeah. I sent it to you yesterday, didn't I? Remember you showed it?
There it is.
So
This.
here I am in Texas.
So they're like, dude, what is this? Who is this?
So they
I just think
ended
it's
up.
impressive that they hunted you down.
Well, one of his friends did like a reverse Google search, and this is what the picture that comes up with that article. So it was from Canvas Discount. So he messaged me tonight, and so far this is the update that I have gotten thus far. You ready, Corey?
Oh, do I have to do something?
No. I was just gonna read it. I just wanted to make sure you heard. So Canvas Discount and Best Canvas are the same company. These are all things that he found out. They do not answer their phones. I tried 6 times, and each time it was about 10 minutes, and then they're very pleasant about telling him that the holding session was over, and then they hung up.
The holding session.
Like he was on hold for 10 minutes.
Oh, got it.
Each time he could try calling 6 times. He sent them an email, and he received an email back saying that that they received his email, but there's been no follow-up. I sold that for $3. So then here's where it gets a little weirder. So on June 11th, there was a fraudulent charge on his wife's credit card for around $660 at Best Canvas. Best Canvas and Canvas Discount, where it came from, are like the same company. And he said it was manually keyed. There was another charge to a different place as well, neither made by them. The credit card company took care of the charges for that. Even weirder, he says, even weirder, while a great picture of Daryl, it wouldn't have cost $660 to print per their website.
Yeah, maybe
which,
like $50.
Right, which leads me to believe that there may be some more out there somewhere. Stay tuned. Which I hope there are not other pictures of me like that floating around and are landing at people's houses. But
why?
I don't know. Now it's even weirder because, like, I get it if somebody does like a fraudulent charge and they reverse it. They don't actually order something, right?
Well, no, I mean...
Or do they... Or is it
Usually
something where they order it and then like do a return on it or something?
Well,
like,
usually people authorize, make sure that there's money and it works, and then start charging on it. Like buy something small or set an authorization through to make sure it's open and clear, and then start making charges real quickly. But like why would they buy it and return it? Because you don't get cash.
Oh, but like to the tune of $660, like.
Well, yeah,
that's a lot of
Daryl out there.
I know. Now that's put a whole new like weird streak on it, and I'm like, holy crap! I hope other people are not receiving pictures of me in the mail.
Well, and would they have like the interest or, gusto to go hunt whoever this person is down? And they used. Did you already say they used Google?
Yeah, they did like Google image to find me.
Yeah, image search to find you.
Super.
Just showed up on the live show yesterday.
Super weird. But it's funny because now
James, where are you in Texas?
Yeah, James, you're in Texas. I forget where in Texas these guys are, but he's also in Texas.
Oh, if you haven't seen his Facebook post, go check that out. All the comments on it are getting a little crazy. People are freaked out for him, but he's not freaked out.
I mean,
well, you're
to some degree, I'm a little bit like.
I think you're more flattered.
No, it's weird. I don't even like flattered isn't even a thought. It sounds like it was that company and maybe another one, but I think that amount of money was charged to
wrong one,
to the place that had the canvas. So we're still waiting to find out, but that's what we know right now. But I made some new friends in Texas.
Yeah, that's true. If nothing else, else comes of it, right?
Yeah, it's certainly odd. Like,
yep.
I mean, just imagine, like,
did you say where
you finding this at your house, you coming home and finding this?
And this is all from the article, basically, spawning from the article that he was a part of.
Because, they came in and they took all my stuff off my social media. Let me see here.
I think they were in Austin too, right?
Coppell, Texas?
K-A?
No. Coppell. So yeah. Definitely put some different news on the radar for me. It's been hilarious. Well, he mentioned that if it didn't cost a whole bunch, he would send it to me. And maybe even if, depending on how much it costs, maybe I'll send him money to send it to me. Or I don't know what I'm going to do with it once I have it. Kurt, you're getting a picture of me for your house. Thank you, Elizabeth. A couple of my friends did comment, and they're like, well, at least it's a good picture of you. Because some of the other pictures they took were like me that, I just gotten done boxing. I'm all sweaty and angry looking. And, they, of course, found the angriest looking pictures of me to post with this article.
It's a 3-hour drive.
Near Dallas, he says.
Yeah, it's a 3-hour drive from him.
Well, I hope not. I hope nothing bad, occurs from their credit card stuff from this. It sucks to have that happen. You had that. Somebody took your stuff. Yeah. I last year had my card. Somebody got a hold of mine and in New York was ordering like Domino's pizza a whole bunch of times. Like 25 times.
And the charges that were on mine, one was from Mexico and another was like somewhere in the Middle East.
This is another reason, you guys, why I hate putting my card number in the computer for anything.
Well, it's kind of unavoidable at this point in life.
True, but I'm still trying to avoid it as hard as I can. I wonder if the purchase made from a computer.
Well, there was a comment that it was manually keyed.
Yeah, what exactly does that mean? Like there's a location
means that there was
and
probably somebody on the phone punching it in.
Oh.
Or somehow it was manually keyed in with a keypad. If that was true.
Crazy.
It's closer to John.
Oh, cool. Yeah. So still waiting to find out. Hopefully, all the credit stuff gets fixed because that's never fun. And who knows? Maybe pretty soon we'll have a picture of me to put right back here. You've been wanting to change the background, Corey.
No. You could put it with your naked refrigerator picture that's up right now.
I'll put it on the other side of the kitchen. Oh my God. Too funny.
I was teasing him yesterday too. It was like, he was modeling for quite a few people and not always with clothes on.
True.
There might be some other pictures
God.
popping up out there.
Oh my God. I hope nobody gets anything like that in the mail.
Sorry, everybody, if that's what you get.
Well, at least I'll be painted as my comic book character. That's probably like the only nude pictures out there.
You did some of them with the guy who was doing the photoshopped in like globes.
Yeah, that was with the
no, it was a different guy.
No, Yoga Bear Studios. He worked with the comic books.
Oh.
Yeah.
But not painted. You weren't painted.
My body was painted.
Feel like I've seen different ones.
Well, there are different photographers that I have posed for.
That's my point.
As well. John, I'll go pick it up. Oh, that would be cool. Like, you guys could meet them. Yeah, I'm definitely out there now. Collector's edition, right? It's got a good story to go with it.
But I wonder how you could figure out, like, Could you contact this place and say that you're aware that photos of you, I mean, they're not necessarily copyrighted by you, so, but I mean, if your image is being thrown around out there, I mean, at least you might be able to get some information about who it was, easier than the people that it was sent to probably could.
Well, if their card was used, don't you think they'd have to give them that sort of information? Or no?
Between the two of you.
Yeah, super weird. That's a first.
It's just so random. Like,
well, it's funny. I will sign it. It's so funny because on the guy's post and his comments, somebody commented like, "You're of course something like this would happen to you," and it's also the same with me. Like, of course something like this would occur for me. I think we both should autograph it. I think the guy that got it should autograph it, and then I should autograph it too. And and I think we should be an ad for Canvas discount. That's so yeah.
So yeah.
We don't have any dinner pictures to show you guys.
Excuse me.
Because for dinner, I had a couple more glasses of wine after we got off.
I didn't really eat anything for dinner.
And then I ate the rest of my bean and cheese burrito.
I had a little bit of a quesadilla and 2 applesauces, little applesauce things, and a banana.
Did you drink the applesauce again?
Of course I did. Why
You
dirty
guys-
a silverware?
He drinks the applesauce out of the cup. Stop getting in my brain, Elizabeth. Are you guys in separate rooms right now again?
Of course they are. That's what it sounds like. I don't know. Drinking, it's perfect. They're little cups, and you just take the top off, and and it's gone. You don't have to dirty anything. Just throw it away, which I hate to do because it's like plastic. But
You don't.
during the beginning of quarantine, we didn't know what was headed at us, and
True.
so I bought a whole bunch of things that would last a long time, and they're still in the cupboard.
You actually haven't been throwing them away because I've been collecting them and planting seeds in them. Giving them that second life. I got some spider plant babies growing in 2 of them. I've got some lemon seeds growing in some.
They're ultimately going to get thrown away.
Well, true. But I like to try to give them a second life at least. Your experience was an interesting form of flattery. Yes.
I mean, that's all you can take from it, right?
I'm just curious, like, how they got, like, how they were like, oh, this looks like a good picture to randomly send these
Well,
people.
there's something behind it. And I can't even fathom what it is. But there's something behind it.
Yes,
Like,
I did, John, and I'm
she
disgusted.
read the article at some point and comment on you, and then one of her friends is coming back like with a joke? Or, I mean, the fraud threw a whole nother thing into it, which...
Yeah. Right, Janine?
I don't
So
know.
weird and getting weirder, right?
I'm going to grab another beer.
Okay. I'm okay at the moment. Yeah, I did hear that, John, and it's disgusting. And I hope that they find the person who did it. And I don't know what could become of that, but it's gross. They need to lose their job or something. That's gross. What are you making for dinner, Janine? Ross, last night was it last night? Did I change the fish tank last night? Yesterday?
Over at, what's his name's?
Yeah.
Yes.
My friend has a hydroponic fish tank, and I changed it for him the other day. It was my first time dealing with a hydroponic fish tank before, so I got to see how it works.
Oh. Well, I guess I could still give it to her, huh?
Yeah, she actually crunches them up like that.
You gotta send those.
I know. I can give me her address, and I can send them for my work.
Oh, that's right.
Shrimp pasta.
Ooh, shrimp pasta.
All the jerks are coming out of the woodwork.
What does that mean?
Do you know what happened in NASCAR?
Oh, the noose.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Disgusting.
I read that.
Disgusting.
He's so good looking. He doesn't deserve to have that kind of trouble.
Well, also for other reasons, yes.
I know, but
yeah,
I just think
know,
he's
I
a
know.
very handsome man.
Yeah, it's I don't know.
Oh, they're gonna figure it out.
I saw the tribute today. It got me a little misty-eyed to see getting all that support like that. I didn't really learn a whole bunch about it, Ross. I just kind of took it apart. But it on the top it has a compartment with like 3 smaller compartments, and it's those little
the hydroponic thing.
It's
I'm lost.
It's the little round clay balls. I don't know what they are. And then there's just a tube that feeds up and then feeds
balls.
Water into it, and then the water kind of runs across underneath where the roots are and then drains out. It was pretty cool.
What does he have in it? Did I already ask that?
There's a beta.
No, plants.
There's some sort of little sprouts. They look kind of like radish sprouts to me. Would you eat them if I was growing it out of my fish tank, Corey?
Why not? We spread manure all over our food now.
But you won't eat weeds from the yard.
Well, you gotta wash them. It's different when the plant is filtering everything going up and creating its glory. But
it's glory. Yeah, John, I did too. It was nice to see all that support.
I didn't see it. I'm gonna have to watch.
But then I also kept thinking that MF is in that crowd somewhere, walking.
And it was in his garage, right?
Yes, it was in the stall.
Of course. At the track.
Yeah, I think they're radishes. I'm not 100% sure. Kurt, do you know what's growing on the top of those? Kurt, are you still there? Hello, hello, hello. It's funny. Shrimp on the show again.
What are we having for dinner tonight, Daryl?
I don't know. Why don't you tell me?
We're all over the place, Janine. I don't blame you.
Janine, what we are talking about right now is... Oh my God, I don't know his last name. Bubba... I don't remember his last name. He's a black NASCAR driver. There was a noose found hanging in his stall.
Bubba Wallace?
Bubba Wallace, yes. That's what we're talking about right now, Janine. Bean sprouts, Kurt says.
I mean, look how...
It's got to be because it's a closed area, right, John? Yeah, I'm curious how long you can have them grow in there. I guess if it's just sprouts, you pluck them when they're little, right? Stop drooling over the guy, Corey, and come back to the conversation.
I can't stop looking at him. What are we having tonight? We're having ready-made mac and cheese. Not box stuff. It's like the kind you buy, like Vaughn's. It's usually pretty good. And I don't feel like cooking.
Wait, what'd you say? I totally didn't hear what you just said. I was reading the comments right there. What?
We're having macaroni and cheese.
Ooh, I love macaroni and cheese. Are you putting tuna in it, or is it just macaroni and cheese?
It's ready-made macaroni and cheese, the kind you buy at Vaughn's.
Oh, the kind you microwave?
Yes.
Excellent.
Because I don't feel like cooking.
That is Elizabeth's Drive, by the way. Oh, Elizabeth's Driver?
Oh, that's who she roots for.
Ooh, I can't wait to see pictures, Elizabeth.
Oh, how exciting.
You can do a little video of you out in the garden with your sun hat on, gardening and talking about the garden, and we can show it right here. And we can be jealous that we are not living on the farm with you. Yeah. Right?
Right? Yep. I'm just excited to buy a new Mac.
You're still
That's
thinking
all I
about.
can think about all day.
Is it still sitting in your cart with your finger hovering over the button?
No, it'll be a new one. I have to redo a new cart
Oh.
because I'm not going to buy an Intel one. I'm going to buy one of the new gen.
Oh, one of those. That's the one that has the screen, right? Oh, I am John. Insanely.
It's going to be a while. It's not going to happen quickly. But I'm more excited that I might actually be able to use my iPad for something that I actually do for work, aside from sending emails and
Was that the video?
sketching on
Was that the
stuff.
video editing you were talking about?
Yeah, to edit video on it.
See, I was listening.
The photo editing I can already do, and it works flawlessly, except for the file exchange part, which I'm getting used to. But yeah, video is like the thing.
What about the Monet exchange?
Lemon shrimp risotto. Yum.
Ooh, shrimp again.
That sounds amazing. I haven't made risotto in so long. The last 2 times I've gone to the store, because, you know, it's been quarantine, I have not been able to find arborio rice. Trader Joe's is the only place that really... Sprouts has it, but I didn't go to Sprouts. Risotto is in our future soon.
I like risotto.
I like asparagus and shrimp.
Mushroom? Yeah, but every time you eat shrimp, you get hives.
I still eat it. I like it. I'll deal with the hives.
We started a new
Last
thing.
time I only got 2 right here.
Remember?
Boom, boom, and then they went away.
We're starting a new thing where from now on when we have shrimp, I let Corey put the shrimp on his plate and then I take 3 of them away. Because he always leaves 3. Right?
Monet exchange. I'm not sure what that means.
Because you said something about the exchange and I said, what about Monet exchange?
Okay, got it.
See?
John, I have last year's iPad, the 2018 one. I got it on a really good sale on Amazon.
Hey, Bill.
And I love everything about it aside from the fact that I can't video edit on it. But it's like I take it everywhere.
What do I have?
You have a 20, I think it's a 2018 9.7 inch. It's a small basic iPad, but still, I mean, it's great. You don't ever use it though.
I do sometimes.
I must, John. I mean, it's weird. I'm not picky about eating too much. And I've always eaten shrimp.
Shrimp?
I never really cared for clams too much, but I'll eat them. I don't really care for oysters, but I'll eat them.
Yeah.
Lobster, don't have it too often. When I do, it's like, yeah, I could do without this. Crab, I love it, but it's so much work. My mom and my sister will sit at a table and devour legs of crab and have piles of shells all over the place.
The big snow.
To me, it's like
snow crab legs.
too much work and it's messy. We went to a place called, Mom, what was that place called? Juicy?
Not the size that matters. Juicy?
I think it was called Juicy or Juicy something. And basically you get a plastic bag filled with garlic butter and tons of shelled
Creatures?
crustacean-y stuff in it.
Crustacean-y stuff.
And you basically just like, I think they gave you gloves too, if I remember correctly, or maybe not. But like you basically just dump them out on the table and just start going for it.
That's very New Orleans, right?
It was
New
weird.
Orleans?
I didn't care for it. But I've developed a allergy, at least to shrimp. And I love shrimp and I eat it often, but I just deal with it because I haven't stopped breathing yet. I just get little hives. Sometimes it's worse than other times, but I think it has to do too with how long or how well the shrimp has been kept. Because like some days if I go to like a taco shop, there's one in particular, I won't name it, but I broke out really bad from there and got really sick.
We should perhaps consider having an EpiPen or something around.
My mom was going to send me one because of the bees.
Yeah. There's that too.
Take me.
Thank goodness Kurt was around that day to get you some Benadryl. Did you take Benadryl?
I do take Benadryl. We have some.
No, but is that what you took when you got stung by the
Oh,
bee?
I did. I took some Benadryl.
You know, I think
Kiwi
pineapple.
make my tongue itchy.
I think pineapple does the same thing to me. I recently ate a raw. It's only when it's raw though. Like if I'm eating it, just cutting it, and then I eat it, it makes my face numb.
Interesting.
Which is weird, because I don't think I've ever had that.
I've heard of that before though. Like people having pineapple allergies.
Yeah.
I'm not allergic to anything else. Bees and mosquitoes and probably ants, because I do remember getting bit by an ant and it swelling up pretty badly.
Pretty much any kind of insect that bites him.
And shrimp.
It's
but
an
not
issue.
Being bit by shrimp by eating it.
My shrimp bit me.
I was out shrimping and I got
I was
bit.
out shrimping. Oh dear.
Ew. That's gross. That's not what I meant to say.
And on to the next subject.
Nope, that won't be happening.
Never. So yeah, pine cones.
Much bigger than toes.
Ugh. What's for dinner tonight?
Oh my god.
Macaroni and cheese.
I'm gonna say it again.
I've only had this one beer today, you guys. Pineapple. Before a pine cone becomes a pine cone, it is a pineapple. It's when it opens that it becomes a pine cone.
It is the same shape as that one.
Oh, yes. Stick some green foliage on the top, and it's a pine cone. I mean, a pineapple.
Pineapple.
If you want to do
I have
gold,
a friend that's allergic to penicillin too.
if you want to do goldfinches, Janine, those are the little gold birds. You have to get one of those white socks and thistle seed.
With thistle sock.
So it really depends on what kind of bird you want to draw. I mean, over at our house currently, we have a pair of orioles. I haven't seen them for a couple days. If you put an orange out there, they'll come and eat the orange. You can just put those out on a plate. If you put any bird seed out there right now, we have a little group of sparrows that live in our tree out here, and they'll pop over and see you. It's a pine flavored apple. You're allergic to Trinity the duck.
Kurt, you're in rare form today.
Kurt wasn't feeling well today. He had a headache.
But Janine, we tried the thistle sock here when we first moved in. It's been a while, and we didn't get any goldfinches.
I've seen some goldfinches out here.
I've seen them
though.
out here too, but just a mile down the road, we were overrun with them. Like we couldn't keep enough thistle. So try it.
You can do peanut butter with seed stuck to it. However,
Isn't that
it
more
might
like
melt.
suet-y kind of like?
Well,
for...
you can do it like we in Maine. We used to take a pine cone like this. We would shove a bunch of peanut butter in it and then seed in it, and then the birds would come and eat it. I have done suet here. Remember when I tried to do suet over on Overlook Drive?
It's
Had it
messy.
out for one day and the whole thing just melted.
It's messy and gross.
Which I should have known because
just
it's like fat, which
It's
is
animal fat.
But
peanut butters would be a substitute for the animal fat.
Yeah, so you could do that too, but put it somewhere that it might be a little more shaded, if you can. The little birds that live here would love that. We used to have a jay that we would feed peanuts to at our last place.
Peanuts.
He would scream at us through the window until we'd come out and give him a peanut.
Allergic to eating mammals, including humans. Ew.
Gold snitch. Oh, from Harry Potter, yeah.
Did you say gold? Oh, gold snitch.
Goldfinch. You know what the
Yes.
snitch is? It's a little.
Do you know what I wish we had?
Tell me.
I wish we had more of those sausages
Oh, those are really good.
to put in the macaroni and cheese.
I like those.
Oh, I do have one.
Oh, perfect. I was
forgot
also
about
thinking,
it. I'm glad
I
I
was
brought that up.
thinking that, Janine, but I didn't want to say it. He'll be like, ooh,
Maybe you should do it in the front yard.
ew, yeah, that peanut butter that Corey bought, that would definitely melt all out of it in a minute.
Your memory. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, out front might be good, Janine, because
Well, I
there's
know
not
they're
really,
not as enjoyable in
and there's
front,
not as much
but
shade out there either.
There's nowhere that Jasper can't get, right?
Well, if they get some sort of arm that kind of reaches out, maybe do that, Janine. Get like a pole that would reach out over that top balcony. Maybe
That's
attach
true.
it to the top balcony so he can't get to it.
That's true. That'll work.
That's probably the best thing because
Don't you have one of those things that we don't use sitting out back?
maybe.
We'll just give everything to Jimmy.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have one sausage left. I didn't remember until I brought it up. I'm glad I did
Nice.
because I want it.
Yay. Yeah, you could try that. No, I think he was helping Corey cook them that day.
Yeah, he was here, and I was putting one aside. We were 4 in the package, and I cooked one for each of us, and I left one in the package. I just didn't recall it until I had recalled it.
Janine, actually, James could just build like a L shape out of wood with a little hook at the end, and then you could hook whatever onto the end of it and just hang it out over the edge of the balcony.
And get a little, like... Never mind, I was going to make it complicated.
Corey's getting it complicated.
But
It's only going to take 5 minutes
not
unless
being quick
Corey's
enough.
involved.
But I see it turning. Like, so they can just grab it, turn it, change it, and turn it back.
True.
That would just take a bracket.
True. Corey's adding some movability into it. We'll draw up the plans and bring them over later, Janine.
Corey does.
Yeah, why did you?
Because
Were there 4 of us and 4 sausages or 5 sausages?
We had like a shit ton of pasta.
Shh, don't swear.
And we didn't need to eat all 3.
I could have used more of that sausage. Actually, I think I ate most of Kurt's too, didn't I?
Well, the point was you got to eat more pasta because we had lots of pasta.
True.
I was moderating our meal, so I was controlling it. I was controlling you.
Usually. But Jasper can jump pretty high. But if it's on that first tier, Janine, I don't think he could get the leverage because it's on a slant. Well, that's true. That is kind of flat at the top. Oh, good.
Oh, cool.
I was wondering.
And it has, if I remember correctly, it has Bluetooth in it too. So that's a good feature. You could just like shoot stuff from your phone to it.
That's on the box, right?
Well, it's
That's
on
Bluetooth?
the whole thing.
Oh.
I think that the top and the bottom, the subwoofer and the center channel actually connect by Bluetooth too, if I'm not mistaken. I only used it once, Janine, so I'm glad somebody will get some use out of it.
Oh yeah, the plant holder poles. That's a good idea.
That's what I'm thinking.
Because those swivel.
That's what I think we have in the backyard.
Do we?
I don't know.
No.
I can't keep
The
up.
ones we have is like a bracket that holds like a hanging pot. They're little. So you'd need a longer one.
It was good for faux meat.
It tasted like real sausage, everybody.
Yeah, these products are getting much tastier, that's for sure.
Which kind of creeps me out.
Well, we had the taco meat, the carne asada meat today again in our eggs. It was pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I honestly took a bite at one point and I thought, wow, that did have the consistency of beef.
It did. It freaked me out.
It was a little chewy.
It freaked me out.
Very interesting.
That was very realistic. I felt like the chicken was a little spongy.
Yeah, we didn't, Elizabeth, John, you guys weren't here yesterday. Which segment? The one we're talking about, the faux meat? Here, let me show again. Let me take my boyfriend down. I'm sweating. Are you hot in here?
Nope. What's the temp?
84.
Ooh, it is warmer than the past 2 days.
I'm like totally sweating. Okay. So we bought these fake meats off of Amazon. One of them was called soy curls, which was really sold as kind of like a chicken replacement for soups and other chicken type dishes. And then the other one was
Beef chips.
beef not. And it's like they're both dehydrated product that you reconstitute.
Could be, Ross.
Soylent.
Could be.
Yeah, I don't need to be on the toilet for days.
What?
That's what Soylent did to people. Like,
Because it's made out of
gave
people?
them the poops. Oh, I don't know if it's made out of people, but we've had soy riso before. It's very good. But I found with now learning how to cook with tofu, I make a better soy riso, I think.
What, the one from the squeezy tube?
Yeah, the squeezy tube one. It's good. But I think I've learned how to kind of make a better one. All right.
Hey, speaking of which, when are you making me those donut holes?
Soon.
I have tomorrow off, by the way.
You're saying I need to make them
In case you want to make donut holes tomorrow.
Is that a you need to make them tomorrow?
There's the crow. I miss the crow. We haven't been working out because I've been going to work. And then I come home exhausted.
Okay. This is the beef knot strips. They are a dried product.
It's kind of like Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
It's vegan. There's no sugar. It has tons of potassium, very little sodium. That's a little close up. Kind of blown out in this picture, but
Also kind of reminds me of that Spaceman ice cream. You know?
these are the soy curls in the process of being rehydrated. Look at that. It's very chicken-like.
It's bubbling.
This is the beef knot
Beef knot.
being cooked.
Is there more of that, or did we eat all the stuff left over?
And these were the little tacos we made. And of course, you know, you can't see the meat because we loaded them up with stuff.
They were messy.
So I think the verdict between us all was unanimously the beef knot was way better than the soy curls.
I think mostly because the consistency of the soy curl, maybe if they weren't, I felt like they were like airy and squishy.
Like chicken can be.
Shh, don't say that so loud. The girls will hear.
When you also had them like before they were cooked. So I think your muscle memory of eating them even after they were cooked.
That wasn't cooked when I ate it?
No, you just picked them up out of the thing and started eating it.
It was squishy.
I was like, Daryl, do you sure you don't want to wait? They firmed up once we cooked them.
Homemade Hot Pockets.
Hot Pockets.
Oh, there you go. Got a song from Corey. So are you going to put the sausage on the mac and cheese tonight?
Yes, I am.
I'm going to do half mac and cheese and then half with
Enjoy
sausage.
your pasta.
Bye, Janine. Enjoy the shrimp. We had it in our breakfast burritos today, that the leftover beef.
The carne asada.
Mm-hmm.
Not.
It was the sulfates in the beef that did it.
What does that mean?
Meaning that it was bad?
Why it was good or why it was bad? Because you ate a lot of them.
Yeah, I ate quite a few of those too.
And today it was delicious.
Mm-hmm. Got a chance to marinate a little more.
No gurgling or rumbling here.
Right. Turned out good though.
Well, I can't wait to hear more about your episodic adventure here with your
Yeah, hopefully within the next couple days, you guys, I'll have some more details about what's going on. I'm very curious.
I'm so curious.
As is everybody that has heard the story. All of his friends are like, can you make this shareable? Because this is like the best thing on social media right now. One of his friends was like, oh, that looks like you from Fight Club. And, people always say I look like, what's his name from Fight Club?
Edward Norton.
Edward Norton from Fight Club. Between all the grains, legumes. I love legumes. Ooh, speaking of tubers, I got to check my turnips and radishes and see if there's any ready for the pickings. Oh, Kurt's going to get you.
I know. He did. He went back for seconds.
He did.
Which was a compliment.
Yes. They were very tasty, Corey.
And considering I had no idea what I was getting ourselves into.
You didn't want to make the beef ones, right?
I didn't. I was like, I'm scared of these. Excuse me, I just totally spit all over my microphone.
We're going to need some Lysol over here after the show.
Okay.
Ready to make our mac and cheese?
Tomorrow, everyone, there will be no intro. We're just going to go right into the show, and it's going to be flawless. I'm tired.
Yeah.
And we'll see if the intro
Jody.
isn't a thing.
Hi, Jody.
Hi.
Jody Graber.
Oh, Jody. Hi, Jody. Yeah, so tomorrow hopefully it'll be a little smoother. Sorry, I don't know what's up. I'll email Restream tonight and see how they blame me for it.
Be like, listen, I've done this 80 times now. It's you guys.
Well, the last time I actually went back after I fixed it, told him what I did to fix it, and he's like, "Oh, that must have been an API problem on our part."
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, thanks. Thanks for helping me figure it out.
Clean up on aisle 3.
All right, everyone. I'm going to go microwave some very delicious, but I'm sure very fatty macaroni and cheese.
See you
and
guys
sausages.
tomorrow. Pat says Hot and Juicy's it was called.
Hot and juicy.
Oh my goodness.
You basically get a bag of
Hot and juicy stuff?
hot and juicy stuff.
Interesting. Is it still around? Does this exist still?
Stalkers.
Oh god, that is the last thing I need. I have had to deal with that before.
But why would a stalker be sending Daryl's picture to other people? Unassociated to Daryl. Like, I can't,
Does not compute.
I don't get that. I can't figure it out.
I am glad, as a couple people have said, that at least whoever did it chose a kind of a good picture of me, and it's not like
the
a
only
horrible
one you've
picture
seen
of me.
so far.
This is true. There may be a series out there, which adds a whole nother level of fright for me. I'm like, oh Jesus.
All right, everyone.